Welcome back, Lincoln Currency. Have you ever looked at a tiny coin and wondered how something so small, so seemingly insignificant, could hold an incredible amount of value? A penny. Just 1 cent. Now imagine if I told you that there's a story behind the 1991 1-cent coin that could blow your mind, a story that takes us through the depths of numismatic history, through metallurgical precision, through mint errors, rare varieties, and the astonishing claim that one such coin could be worth over $876 million. Yes, you heard that right. $876 million. Let's explore the fascinating journey of the 1991 1-cent coin, its weight, design, hidden symbols, origins, and how one of the most overlooked pieces of currency could potentially be worth a fortune beyond comprehension. To begin, we need to understand what exactly a 1991 1-cent coin is. In the United States, the 1-cent coin is known as the penny, and in 1991, this coin was minted as part of a long-standing tradition. The coin in that year was composed of copper-plated zinc, as it had been since 1982, when the U.S. Mint transitioned from primarily copper-based cents to the more cost-effective zinc-based composition. The weight of the 1991 penny, therefore, stands at 2.5 grams. It has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters and a thickness of 1.52 millimeters. It has a smooth edge and a distinctive reddish tone when freshly minted, although over time the coin may darken depending on environmental exposure. The obverse of the 1991 1-cent coin bears the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln, facing to the right. This portrait was originally designed by Victor David Brenner and first appeared on the cent in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Brenner's initials, VDB, can be found on the coin, typically on the reverse near the rim beneath the wheat stalks in early versions, but in later designs, they were subtly relocated to Lincoln's shoulder. The coin features the inscription, "In God We Trust," arching above Lincoln's head the word, "Liberty," to his left, and the year, 1991, to his right, often accompanied by a mint mark just below the year indicating where the coin was struck, Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, or San Francisco, S for proofs. On the reverse side of the coin, in 1991, the design was the Lincoln Memorial. This design, introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, replaced the earlier wheat ears design. The Lincoln Memorial design, crafted by Frank Gasparo, was a miniature architectural masterpiece capturing the grandeur of the monument in Washington, D.C. If you look closely at the reverse of the coin with magnification, you might even see a tiny representation of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, a tribute to the sculpture that resides in the Rio monument. Above the image, the words, "United States of America," appear in bold capital letters, while below it the denomination is spelled out, 1 cent. Just above the memorial reads the national motto, E pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one. While billions of pennies were minted in 1991, over 10 billion across Philadelphia and Denver mints, the story takes a wild turn when we dig into rare anomalies and specific variants that elevate certain coins from being common pocket change to being numismatic gold. Certain 1991 1-cent coins have been discovered with dramatic minting errors. These include off-center strikes, double die obverse or reverses, clipped planchets, and transitional errors. But what if I told you there's a rumor circulating in the numismatic community of a single 1991 penny that is not only unique but could be valued in the hundreds of millions of dollars? According to some reports, a mysterious coin, allegedly a 1991 1-cent piece, has surfaced in elite collector circles with an estimated market value of $876 million. Why such a staggering amount? Several theories swirl around this coin's existence. One theory is that it was a test piece or experimental strike, created in ultra-secret conditions at the U.S. Mint using a highly precious metal such as platinum, titanium, or even a gold alloy, possibly as a prototype or to test new die setups. This would make the coin a one-of-a-kind anomaly, especially if it had a unique metallurgical composition never used again. Another theory suggests that this coin contains a combination of design elements from different years, what collectors call a mule error. For example, If a coin bore the 1991 date on the obverse but the reverse of a different denomination or series, it would be classified as a mule, a coin created with mismatched dies. Mule coins are extraordinarily rare and fetch astronomical prices at auction. Some examples have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars, even into the millions, depending on their rarity and condition. What pushes this coin into the almost unbelievable territory of $876 million is not only its rarity, but also the provenance and the secrecy that surrounds it. Whispers suggest that it was part of a private collection once owned by a wealthy industrialist, or even a foreign dignitary, and its existence was kept hidden from the public eye until recently. The market speculation exploded when details allegedly emerged from a confidential private auction where the coin changed hands behind closed doors, possibly involving major investors and collectors. Such a valuation, while controversial, underscores the fact that in numismatics, perceived rarity, mystery, and collector demand can drive prices to unimaginable levels. Coins like the 1933 Double Eagle, the 1794 Flowing Hair Dollar, and the 1913 Liberty Head nickel have previously sold for between $5 million and $20 million apiece, so it's not unthinkable that a coin with the right mix of factors could command even higher prices, especially in a private sale without the constraints of public auction house regulations. But let's bring this back to the more grounded aspect of the 1991 1-cent coin. In circulated condition, most of these coins are worth face value, just 1 cent. However, in uncirculated or mint condition, especially coins graded MS-65 or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC, the value could range from $1 to $15 or more. Proof versions from the San Francisco Mint, which were struck with a mirror-like finish, can fetch higher prices, especially if they remain in their original government packaging or have received a PR 70 rating, considered a perfect proof coin. Furthermore, collectors value coins with unique toning, full strikes, and strong details, especially those with minimal contact marks or spotting. If a coin has a provenance that links it to a known error batch or carries a strong grade, its value could skyrocket well beyond what casual collectors expect. And then, of course, there's always the potential that in the sea of billions of 1991 cents, there lies another ultra-rare anomaly yet to be discovered, hidden in a jar of change, buried in an attic, or mistakenly given as change at a corner store. The lesson here is clear: never underestimate the potential worth of any coin, especially one with an intriguing backstory, mint error, or secret legacy. Even something as modest as a 1-cent coin from 1991 can become the stuff of legends under the right circumstances. Whether or not the $876 million coin is real or a myth remains to be seen, but what we do know is that numismatics thrives on history, rarity, and mystery, and the 1991 1-cent coin fits perfectly into that trifecta. Keep your eyes open, your magnifying glass ready, and never look at loose change the same way again. 1993 1-cent coin, often referred to simply as the penny, holds a surprisingly rich and intricate history that stretches far beyond its diminutive value of a single cent. Though many overlook the penny as just another piece of everyday change, the 1993 edition has emerged in recent times as a standout artifact in the numismatic world. Collectors, historians, and investors alike have become increasingly fascinated by its characteristics, design intricacies, and most significantly, its highly coveted versions that have turned up in rare coin markets fetching prices well beyond imagination. With one particular specimen believed to be worth an astronomical $876 million. To truly appreciate why this humble coin is generating so much buzz, we must delve into its core elements, its physical specifications, historical context, symbolic importance, and the remarkable journey of its value appreciation. First, let us understand the basics. The 1993 1-cent coin, minted in the United States, was struck primarily from copper-plated zinc. This composition, which became the standard in 1982, consists of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. The coin weighs approximately 2.5 grams and measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter. Despite its small stature and common use, the penny remains a symbol of economic history, as it has transitioned through different materials, designs, and even ideologies since its first inception in 1793. The 1993 penny features a design that has been a mainstay for decades: the bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, back. Victor David Brenner originally designed the obverse in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth, making the penny the first American coin to bear the likeness of a U.S. president. Brenner's initials, VDB, which sparked controversy in the early days due to their prominent placement, are discreetly located on the rim beneath Lincoln's shoulder. The reverse of the coin, designed by Frank Gasparo, showcases the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., a symbol of unity, democracy, and the enduring legacy of the 16th president. Upon closer inspection, one can even discern a tiny figure of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, a testament to the extraordinary detail encapsulated within the coin's miniature canvas. While millions of these coins were minted and circulated in 1993, what truly sets apart the coin attracting global attention is its rare variant. This is not merely another minting anomaly, it's a coin that possesses a perfect storm of elements: flawless condition, possible minting error, extremely low surviving quantity, and provenance that is closely guarded by the numismatic elite. One theory suggests that the ultra-rare 1993 penny may have been part of a test strike or experimental production run, possibly struck in solid copper when the standard had already shifted to copper-plated zinc. Another story revolves around a double-die obverse variety, where Lincoln's portrait and inscription show noticeable doubling under magnification, resulting in a striking visual error that commands intense collector interest. Other rumors tell of a coin mistakenly struck on a foreign planchet, essentially a blank intended for another denomination or country, that somehow slipped through quality control and entered circulation or was preserved by an insider. In the world of coin collecting, such errors are not just technical missteps, they are coveted treasures, modern-day fossils offering a glimpse into the production imperfections of a sprawling minting apparatus. Only a handful of these unique 1993 pennies are known or suspected to exist. And when one surfaced at a private auction with impeccable condition, high-grade certification, and unconfirmed but strongly suspected experimental attributes, it created a frenzy, eventually culminating in a bidding war that catapulted its value toward the unfathomable $876 million mark. That valuation, while seemingly absurd at first glance, becomes more understandable when placed within the context of modern-day collectibles markets. We live in an era where scarcity, authenticity, and historical context are not merely abstract ideals, they translate directly into monetary value. From baseball cards to vintage comic books, rare cars, NFTs, and antique watches, collectors are willing to spend fortunes on items that reflect heritage, emotion, and uniqueness. The same forces apply to the numismatic world, where a single cent can, under extraordinary circumstances, embody centuries of American culture, innovation, and economic evolution. The 1993 penny in question is believed by many to be a one-of-a-kind or perhaps one of only a couple of known examples in such pristine, untouched condition. Its market value isn't just a function of condition or rarity, it's driven by narrative. Stories of hidden coins in attics, discoveries in inherited coin jars, and long-lost vaults have always captivated the human imagination. In this case, the coin was reportedly unearthed during a quiet estate settlement in the Midwest, tucked inside a collection sealed away for decades. Initially mistaken for ordinary change, it was identified by a sharp-eyed numismatist who noted peculiarities in the minting quality and coloration. After extensive examination, third-party grading services authenticated it as a specimen unlike any other known to exist. The seller, reportedly unaware of the coin's value at first, was stunned when multiple major auction houses offered 7- and 8-figure valuations based on preliminary photos alone. Today, this 1993 1-cent piece is more than just a coin. It is a testament to how much hidden value lies within everyday objects. It serves as a reminder that history often hides in plain sight, that rarity can emerge from the ordinary, and that the true worth of something is not always aligned with its face value. The current estimated market value of $876 million is not just based on speculative demand, It's rooted in verified bids from institutional buyers, private collectors, and even museums seeking to acquire what may be the rarest modern-era U.S. coin ever uncovered. Moreover, its symbolic impact extends beyond numismatics. It challenges the very idea of value. How a coin meant to represent the smallest denomination of currency can become one of the most expensive items ever traded. In a time when digital currencies, blockchain verification, and virtual assets dominate financial headlines, the story of this physical, tangible penny has captured the imagination of people worldwide. Even for those who do not collect coins, the tale of the 1993 penny is compelling. It has sparked renewed interest in checking change jars, revisiting old collections, and educating oneself on coin characteristics. For educators, it serves as a unique way to connect students with American history, economics, and design appreciation. For investors, it opens a door into a world where patience, knowledge, and an eye for detail can yield unexpected windfalls. While it's unlikely that another example of this ultra-rare coin will be found, the fascination surrounding it continues to ripple across communities. Online forums, YouTube channels, and numismatic blogs are abuzz with theories, wishful discoveries, and detailed analysis of known variants. Experts caution against expecting every 1993 penny to be a hidden treasure, but they also acknowledge that coin collecting is filled with surprises. Whether viewed as a collector's dream, a historical artifact, or a financial anomaly, the 1993 1-cent coin has undoubtedly etched its place in the annals of coin lore. And as long as humans continue to seek stories, chase rarity, and place value on history, coins like this will forever remain at the heart of our collective fascination. 1 cent, yes, but potentially worth hundreds of millions. What else in the world carries such poetic irony? That is the magic of the 1993 penny.